Gordon and teammates grab the headlines by knocking off #1? Or will the Golden Gophers dig the Buckeyes too deep a hole? Find out next on Fox Sports Net. Welcome to St. John Arena in Columbus on the campus of Ohio State University. It is time for Big Ten volleyball as the 16th ranked Buckeyes play host to the #1 team in the land, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Lone. Glad to be back with my partner once again, former Ohio State All-American Audrey Flaw. And Audrey, what a matchup tonight. The #1 team in the country, the #16 team in the country, not only two of the best teams in the Big Ten, but two of the best teams in all of college volleyball.
Well, this matchup is a great one for the fans here at Ohio State and St. John Arena. It has a huge determination on how the Big Ten is going to pan out, and also has a huge effect on national rankings. There you see quite a few teams in the Big Ten in the top rankings. Minnesota, of course, at the #1 spot. Penn State's there, Ohio State's there, and so is Illinois.
All right, so the Gophers at the top of the list. How did they get there? Well, they've worn a lot of teams down, but they can bring some offensive firepower as well. Of course, you start the offense with the setter, senior Lindsay Tages, and she's getting the ball to Erin Martin, the senior, on the outside very nicely.
Well, Tages is the most consistent setter in the Big Ten, and with that consistency comes a ton of experience. She led her team to the Final Four last year, and the year before that they won a Big Ten title with her as a setter. Erin Martin leads the team in kills. She's got a heavy arm, a great vertical. She has the ability to go off as a hitter, and we'll see her do that tonight, I'm sure. For the Ohio State Buckeyes, a fresh face at the setting position, sophomore Marisa Main, and of course she gets the ball to the outside, the queen of the Big Ten, Stacey Gordon. Well, Marisa Main comes to Ohio State as a transfer from Xavier, where she was an Atlantic 10 all-conference player as a freshman. Ohio State is enjoying being at the top of the conference statistically in hitting percentage, and that's because of her ability to set the ball to Stacey Gordon. Stacey's a superstar. She's unstoppable from the left side, but she'll hit backcourt as well as front court here tonight.
Yeah, Gordon's got 271 cumulative kills on the season. Hey, so does Erin Martin from Minnesota. What a matchup. It's the Buckeyes and the Gophers. Big Ten volleyball coming up next.
Nothing better than eating with the family, am I right?
You're right, honey.
And Wendy's 99-cent super value menu sure helps. Great food and you can't beat the price.
Who are you talking to?
Everyone. All about Wendy's and Nintendo's Super Family Sweepstakes and the cool family vacation to Nintendo's U.S. headquarters.
We'll tell them later.
Okay, but there are thousands of cool Nintendo prizes. Just find the code on medium and biggie cups. Oh, honey, jot this down.
Are you sure you're allowed to win?
Yeah, that's the beauty of being unofficial.
Who are you talking to?
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL, plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-0571. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Welcome back to St. John Arena. Let's get the starting lineups for tonight's Big Ten match between Ohio State and Minnesota.
Number 2, Elisa Reinhardt. At middle blocker for Minnesota, a 6'3" sophomore from St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, number 5, Meredith Nelson. At outside hitter, a 6'2" junior from Minnetonka, Minnesota, number 10, Jessica Burns. At outside hitter, a 6' senior from Ames, Iowa, number 13, Erin Martin. At center for the Gophers, a 5'10" senior from Princeburg, Minnesota, number 3, Lindsay Tages. And at libero, a 5'9" junior from Fortaleza, Santa Brazil, number 15, Paula Genshu. The head coach of the Golden Gophers is Mike Hebert. He is assisted by David Boos, Jill Pearson, and Tim Reckmeyer. And now, up on your feet and make some noise for the starters for your Ohio State Buckeyes. And middle blocker for the Buckeyes, a 6'1" freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 6, Danielle Meyer. And middle blocker, a 6'1" senior from Washington, D.C., number 13, Myra Mapp. And outside hitter for the Buckeyes, a 6'1" freshman from Centerburg, Ohio, number 7, Amy Stevens. And outside hitter, a 6'1" sophomore from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, number 8, Brianna McCarthy. And outside hitter, a 5'11" senior from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, captain, number 10, Stacy Gordon. At center for the Buckeyes, a 5'9" sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, number 12, Marisa May. And at libero for the Buckeyes, a 5'8" junior from Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, number 1, Rebecca Castine. The head coach of the Buckeyes is Jim Stone. He is assisted by Jamie Holmes, Sean Burnett, and Steve Colfus. Tonight's officials are Tom Hinkle and Dave Carlson. Tonight judges Mark Latham and Adam Peterson.
All right, there are your starters. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the first serve of tonight's matchup right after this. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Totally NASCAR, the only source that keeps the racing fan in tune with what's happening on and around the track. With expert analysis, racing insights, and the latest reports from the winner's circle. Your all-access pass to everything that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR. Weeknights on FSN.
Dave Lone and Audrey Flaw back in St. John Arena, where this is always a good matchup in Big Ten volleyball. The Buckeyes with the slight edge overall, but Minnesota #1 in the country right now, and Minnesota able to win both matches last year against these Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, it is going to be a competitive match, and the Buckeye fans are jacked up for a good one tonight, and I'm sure both teams are going to deliver.
We're set to go. The Buckeyes will serve first. Rebecca Castine, their libero, will be the first to touch the ball as number 16 serves to number 1 in the country. Castine puts it in play, and we are underway. A high pass. Tages going to go right to Martin. Roll shot. Castine digs it out. There's Gordon down the line. It's good. She now leads the Big Ten with 272 kills so far on the season.
And you're going to hear us call Gordon's name all night long. Marisa Main has really adjusted her setting to give her the exact sets that she needs to be successful this year.
Tages for Martin again. This one dug out. Gordon cross court this time. Count it. Point Ohio State.
And she's 2 for 2. I'll tell you what, though, Marisa Main will mix it up. This year the Buckeyes have got a very versatile offense. There you see the Gordon slam from the left side, but watch for Marisa Main to start setting the middle attackers a little bit more.
Ball tied at the net. Gophers dig it out and send a free one over. That's Genshu on the bump. Gordon, no bump there. That's a smash. That's a kill. 3 for 3 for the queen of the Big Ten, and Ohio State leads at 3-zip.
Well, this is very unusual for Minnesota. They're known as having the best backcourt defense and a pretty darn good front row block, so we'll see if they can adjust to Gordon's hits.
That time Martin got to it for a lower set quick, but the Buckeyes still dug it out. Roll shot from Gordon. Tages for Martin. She stopped. Good coverage by Genshu, and the rally goes on. This time they try the right side, and a shot by Tages actually was dug out. Martin's going to get a swing. She tips. Pancake dig. No, they say it was down. That'll be a point for the Gophers.
Well, you see there Minnesota's great defensive play in the back row to keep the ball alive, and then Aaron Martin finds a spot. Just a tip over the block there, lands on the Buckeye side.
Jen Shu serving. Maine with the back set. Now it's knocked out of bounds by Danielle Meyer, the freshman out of Cincinnati. She's done a fantastic job for Jim Stone and the Buckeyes so far this season. But the hitting error makes it 2, serving 3. Jen Shu with the serve. Here's Gordon off the block and then down. 4 for 4 for Stacy Gordon.
Well, and you saw Jen Shu serve in that rally there. A new rule in the Big Ten, the libero is able to go back and serve. For those of you that are just watching Big Ten volleyball for the first time this year, you will be able to see backcourt liberos serving the ball this year.
Marisa Maine serves one out of bounds. She's been a real find for Jim Stone, transferring from Xavier. But she misses with it, and so Tages, the other setter, Minnesota setter, will serve. Ball hit out of the middle by the Buckeyes. Played up and tapped over by Minnesota. Maine goes right side and tooling the block and getting the kill. It is Danielle Meyer.
Well, Danielle Meyer has come to the Buckeyes and has made an impact in the blocking position, but here you see her offensively hitting a back set, hits off the block, goes out of bounds. That's a point for the Bucks.
Here's Gordon. Wicked jumper. Good pass right on the net, and the shoot set just out of the reach of the Gophers middle there, as Nelson couldn't get to it, and that's a point for Ohio State.
There you see that quick 31 set, but again, that timing is so crucial there. Even if you set the ball a couple inches too high, you won't be successful as a hitter.
Nelson tips from the backside. Out of the back row, it's Gordon. Jen Shu with the dig. Martin's going to get a swing. Off speed, played up. Maine tries the right side. And a shot out there by McCarthy is dug out. Martin down the line. Great dig. Tight to the net. Tipped over on 2. The rally goes on. Minnesota got it up. They try the middle. Block. Good coverage. Maine will try the left side. Cross-court shot. Hit out of bounds. Stevens with the hitting error. And a point for the Gophers. They're back within 2. It's 4 serving 6.
These teams are out and they're coming ready to play. Great defensive play there by Ohio State setter. But the rally is won by Minnesota.
Gophers serve it up. Stevens cuts it around the block and misses on the opposite side of the court this time.
You're seeing both teams run a very quick offense. Both of these setters enjoy setting quick tempo sets lower than the height of the antenna.
Back set, tooling the block, getting the kill. Point for the Buckeyes. Again, it's Meyer. She looks like a veteran out there.
She does. She played very well last weekend in that big win against Wisconsin, but again, she's a great blocker. But tonight, so far, we're seeing her really do a good job swinging offensively.
Kelly Bowman blasts one out of the middle, got the high set there from Tages, and boom, put it away. Point Gophers. They're back within 1. Quick set off the block. There's a shot into the net, never cleared. Tricia Bradford, her first swing of the night. The hitting error, and Ohio State goes back up by 2.
You know, I really like T. Bradford. I think she's a very good hitter, and what she brings to the court is a very high vertical. She's one of the main go-to hitters. She'll swing at all different areas on the court. There you see her hitting a 2-ball in the middle.
Double quick there. Buckeyes dug it out. Jen Shu, the dig. Tages for Bradford. This one a little bit too long, but they say it hit off the top of the block. Touch called on Ohio State. Point Minnesota.
You know, she swings so hard, and she's hard to block because of that vertical. She swings very high above the net when she hits at her peak jump.
Stevens down the line, off the block, and then down. Point for the Buckeyes. There you can see, just got a piece of the outside blocker there. It looked like it hit off the hand of the setter, Maine, on the rally 2 rallies ago. Jen Shu, another pass. Tages, Bradford, block. 3 of them were at the net. I think Gordon got the most of it.
Well, and that's an unusual place for Gordon to be, but they know that they need to get a solid block on T. Bradford. So that time, all three of Ohio State's blockers went up. A good defensive play in the front row by Ohio State.
Off the block, played up nicely by Castine. Again off the block, good coverage by the Gophers. Sent over free. Maine, back set. Oh, Mapp was right there. Maya Mapp, the senior from Washington, D.C., excites this crowd and makes it 11-7.
Well, and a great dig in the backcourt there by Amy Stevens, and boom, no block. That's a great play all around for Ohio State.
Timeout called by Minnesota as the Buckeyes lead it by 4, 11-7 here in game number 1. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Please welcome Shaquille O'Neal. And now, Pamela Anderson. Chris Fry. Let's give a big hand for Samuel L. Jackson.
There's something special in the air on the best damn sports show, period. Tonight on FSN.
And welcome back to St. John Arena, everybody. 11-7 Minnesota trailing Ohio State. Number 1 behind number 16. Both these teams off to 2-0 starts of the Big Ten. After the Gopher timeout, Amy Stevens with a serve. Gordon will get a swing. Dugout Genshu. That's a classic matchup there. Bradford down the line. Dugout, but no one could play it off after that. And that'll be a point for Minnesota.
Well, that's a nice shot again. Nice line shot by Minnesota. And Ohio State's defense just couldn't control it.
Gordon passes. Maine tried to dump it over on 2, but tipped it into the net. So after the timeout,
this summer and has really, really developed her game.
Stevens the jumper. Pass for Tages. Bradford dug out. Almost hit the scoreboard. Maine gets it to Stevens. Jen Shue plays it up. Chased down by Bowman. Sent over free by Bradford. Chance for the Buckeyes to score. Setter dump. Played up and over by Bowman. Gordon off speed. Out of bounds. Oh, they say there was a touch. Hit off a gopher hand. That'll be a point for Ohio State. Mike Hebert off the Minnesota bench. Not sure about that.
We'll see if we can see a touch here. Hard to see from that camera angle, but usually the refs and the line judges make good calls.
And the following serve is an ace by Stevens. Ohio State opens it up a little bit here in game one. Stevens again. Tages. Bradford. Cross court. It's good. Point for the Gophers.
And you can see that time that Bradford actually hit the ball over top of the block. Ohio State block not in perfect position that time, which makes it really difficult for the backcourt to line up against her approach.
Reinhardt serving and hitting it into the net. Maya Mapp. Minnesota back within 3. Reinhardt again. Gordon passes. Gordon gets a swing. Dug out. Martin. Stevens the dig. Maine to the middle. Mapp dug out and sent over by Bowman. It's Gordon again. She hits the antenna with that one. And hey, Mike Hebert told me at the start of the night, we just wear a lot of teams down by digging balls, and they forced Jim Stone and Ohio State to use their first timeout.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're banking on Gordon to get the set. You saw number 10 there for Minnesota, Jessica Burns, just take off. So Stacy had 4 big hands in front of her, and they're trying to channel her to hit cross court right into Jen Shue's lap.
It is 19-17. Ohio State on top. There's a look at Stacey Gordon. And the Ohio State bench. Ohio State off to a 12-0 start on the season. Minnesota bench. Martin comes off. Quick chat with Coach Hebert. She's really kind of defined the libero position in the Big Ten, hasn't she?
She has. She's a 2-time All-American. The first time a libero has gotten the All-American honor twice. And she plays the position like no one else.
Big swing by Mapp. Here it comes.
And I like seeing Ohio State run this quick offense behind them. One block against Mapp, it ain't gonna work. You need to get some hands in front of her or she will score all night long.
Tages had a swing. Now Martin. Back set. Off the block, then out of bounds. Nice swing by Jessica Burns, the junior from Minnetonka.
And Burns hits a very nice slide. It's set nice and low, right to the antenna, hits off Gordon's arms, out of bounds.
Jen Shue. Nice dig by Reinhardt. Martin rolls it into the block. Coming up big is Meyer.
Here you see a poor set. Really not too much that Aaron Mark could do with that, but certainly you don't want to hit it into the blocker's hands. A deep shot to one of the corners would have been a better option.
Ball tooled off the block. Good pass right away. Well, Maine actually drawn off the net. Big deal. Just throw it outside to Gordon. She crushes it.
You know, the thing that makes makes her so good is that no matter where the ball is set, she's able to contact it at the same point in her body, wherever the ball's set. So she's got great hand-eye coordination, but she's got great feet. Wherever that ball's set, she gets her feet there and swings high and hard.
Edges for Martin. Down the line. Stevens played it up. Gordon can't chase it down. Minnesota hangs in there. They stay within 2.
Martin says, right back at you, Gordon. She can bring it for Minnesota. She does with that beautiful line shot. Almost took the Buckeyes defense head off.
And a jumper by Kenyatta. Off the block, covered by Stevens. And Stevens puts it away from the outside. Here's Meyer looking for a serving signal from the bench. She gets it from the left side. Serves at Jen Shu. Off the block, played up by Gordon. Tipped over by Meyer. Jen Shu passing for Tages. Bradford, cross-court shot, out of bounds, no touch. And Mike Hebert of Minnesota wants to use a timeout. Ohio State on top, 24-20. We'll be back with more of Game 1. The exciting conclusion comes up right after this. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Max Matson and Mitsubishi extends the best back cars in the world event. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and roadside assistance. 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty on every new 04 and 05 Mitsubishi. Receive 3 years or 45,000 miles of scheduled maintenance. 0% financing or cash back from $1,000 to $5,000 on new 04 Mitsubishis, including new 04 Endeavors and Gallants. Wake up and drive to Max Matson Mitsubishi, Downers Grove, Countryside, and Aurora, Naperville.
Something special in the air on the best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
Now, there's a place where college never ends. Fox College Sports. The network that brings you the most comprehensive college sports coverage anywhere. With unprecedented live event coverage, coaches shows, and news from the biggest and the best of the NCAA. This is the network college sports fans always dreamed of. To order Fox College Sports, call 1-877-2-GET-FCS.
Fox Movie Channel presents 13 Nights of Fright. 13 nights of 20th Century Fox horror classics, hosted by best-selling HarperCollins author Neil Gaiman.
Who are you expecting? The Crypt Keeper?
13 Nights of Fright, with 13 chances to win an incredible HarperCollins prize package of Neil's book signed by the author himself.
Oh, I wrote that.
Fox Movie Channel brings you 13 Nights of Terror. Neil Gaiman's 13 Nights of Fright. 13 Nights of Fright, October 19th through the 31st, with an all-day marathon on Halloween.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 8 and 11 on FSN.
Back in St. John Arena. Ohio State on top by 4. Meyer serving. Tages for Nelson. Her shot dug out. Map out of the middle. Jen Shu right on the money with a pass. Nelson blocked. Jen Shu covers. And then a double hit called on the setter Tages. Point for the Buckeyes.
Well, Jen Shu is doing her job of keeping the ball off the floor. That time a double contact was called by the ref. Questionable call there. I thought it came out of the setter's hands clean.
Tooling the block, getting the kill. Kelly Bowman, the younger of the Bowman sisters on the Minnesota squad. 21, serving 25. Putting it in play is Meredith Nelson. Mapp beats the block, gets the kill. Point Ohio State.
You know, Jim Stone has been very lucky this year getting 2 outstanding transfers. Mapp transferred from North Carolina State. She was a standout player there. There you see how quick she is off her feet. She's able to just flick that ball in with a lot of force.
Ace for Downs. Brittany Downs.
will serve again. It's a floater. Pass it up to Tages. Back set off the block and played up. Bradford tips over the block, and they call a lift.
Well, that is a smart play by Bradford. Ohio State's playing a perimeter defense and very deep on the line, and a tip right over top of the block will score.
Stevens through the block and down. And Stevens now will go to the back row. She'll serve it up. A jumper from over on the left side of the court. Goes down the line and misses. Not by much, but it's a point on the service error. Gophers stay alive here in game number 1.
And entering the game is Erin Martin for Minnesota. She's swinging on the left side.
Gordon slaps it over and gets it done. Stacey Gordon. And it is game point for the Buckeyes.
She's such a versatile hitter. Not only does she take advantage of a perfect set when the block is split, but she's able to tool the block and also do some cut shots to the corner.
Martin down the line, count it.
Martin hitting over top of Marissa Main is going to score. Marissa Main is only about 5'9". She does get up pretty well, but Erin Martin will win that battle at the net.
Jen Shue, the serve. Stevens the pass. Gordon the swing. Dug out nicely by the Gophers. Bump set. It'll be Martin. Middle of the court, Stevens. Gordon. Count it. The kill. The point. Game 1 goes to Ohio State.
Well, that's the way the match is going, or the game is going to end, with a Gordon kill. She gets so many set opportunities, and we've seen just in this first game that she has taken many sets and has put them away for the Buckeyes.
So Ohio State leads the match 1-0. We'll be back with a look at some of the highlights and the start of game 2 right after this.
At Dunkin' Donuts, our croissants and bagels are freshly baked every day. It's one reason every breakfast sandwich we serve is so delicious and satisfying. Try one today. They take freshness to a whole new level.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay under $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
better sound,
more channels,
and more reliable.
It's free installation,
and it was cheaper than cable.
You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 3 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Your ticket to the black and blue division is FSN North. The Black and Blue Preview. Every week, join host Trevor Thompson and former Lions and Bears quarterback Eric Kramer.
Huge game this week in Minnesota.
As they hit the practice fields, talk to players and coaches, and go inside the huddle to prepare you for kickoff in the NFC North. The Black and Blue Preview, Friday at 6:30 on FSN North.
Welcome back to Columbus, everybody, where the 16th ranked team of the country has a 1-0 lead on number 1. Look at the stats from game number 1.
Well, Ohio State again doing a fantastic job of running an offense and getting a high hitting percentage. They're hitting 31%, Minnesota hitting 20%. Stacey Gordon getting 10 kills so far for Minnesota. Their leading hitter is Kelly Bowman, who's a right side attacker, not one of the people we thought were going to get a lot of swings and kills tonight.
Game one, the Stacey Gordon show, out of the middle from the left side, and with authority, Gordon helped spark the Ohio State attack as Stacey had 10 kills and 18 swings, only one error, hits .500. That's like a baseball hitter batting .500. Gordon, ball dug out as we are underway in game two. Martin tips one into the net. And she thought she had to stay behind the 10-foot line on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't a perfect set, so she tried to, you know, direct it and roll shot it, and it really came off her hands just kind of awkwardly and went right in the middle of the net. Erin Martin really needs to get more active offensively. She only got 4 kills in the first game, hitting only 12%, so we really want to see her kind of perk up her game from the left side.
Martin blocked, covered by Tages. Stepping into set is Bowman. They try the right side, and six-pack out there. Jessica Burns stopped at the net. Well, Meyer and Gordon on the block.
They saw it coming. It was a higher back set to Burns, and they lined up perfectly. Ohio State's block had lined up absolutely perfectly, reached to the center of the court and stuffed Burns.
A little miscommunication on the set to the middle there. Too high. And a point for Ohio State. They lead it 3-0. They lead the match 1-0. Low pass. Tages has to bump set. Martin gets a swing down the line, out of bounds, and it's a point for Ohio State.
You know, you almost feel as though Erin Martin is afraid to swing 100% of the ball, and she's kind of trying to direct it to a spot and making some unforced errors at this point in the game.
Back set, dug out Stevens. Here's Gordon with a swing. It's good. Found the seam. Got it to land in front of the Gophers. Pinata, who's a fine defensive player, but just too much Stacey Gordon right now. 5-0 Ohio State.
Well, and too much defense from Amy Stevens. She's doing a really good job. She's a tall player, but she's able to play great backcourt defense. Put the ball up for Marisa Main to set to Gordon.
Then the ace served up by Ohio State, and Castine.
You know, I like this element of the liberos going back and being able to serve this year. Castine just doing a nice little floater serve right there to Erin Martin. Kind of getting in Erin Martin's head a little bit. She's not having the greatest second game here, and so they serve her the ball for the ace.
Next week, we're in Champaign, Illinois. The Fighting Illini play host to the Spartans. We'll see Indiana at Northwestern, Purdue at Penn State, and also Wisconsin at Penn State. That's always a classic matchup. Spartans will be in Wisconsin, and then Thanksgiving weekend we'll try and pick the best match on the schedule for you on our volleyball coverage on Fox Sports Net. There's Mike Hebert, the head coach at Minnesota in his 9th year with the Gopher program, 29th year as a head coach. His team breaks the huddle. They have ascended to #1, but not done it by going out and dominating, winning every game every night. There you see the team hitting numbers. That's for game 2, though, and we are just underway. 5-0 Ohio State. Martin gets the kill. So Minnesota's on the board.
And that's what we want to see from Minnesota after a timeout. You want to be able to score and execute the play that your coach has told you to execute in that timeout. That time, Erin Martin going up much stronger, hitting a nice shot cross court.
Back set by Maine. Gordon from the right side. Put her anywhere. Go ahead.
You know, it's smart that they're moving Gordon around. It keeps Minnesota's middle blockers on their toes. Not only is Gordon going to swing from the left side, you got to track her. Sometimes she'll pass in the middle of the court and swing right side. Very hard person to defend.
Jump serve misses a little bit long that time by Maine. And so the Gophers get the ball back. 2 serving 7. And here is Lindsay Tages, their senior setter from Princeburg, Minnesota. Serves it to zone 2. Gordon will get a swing through the block, off the tape, and then down on the Gopher side of the court.
You know, you mentioned the serve to zone 2, that short right along the net. There you see the Gordon kill. oftentimes coaches will have servers serve short in order to take players out of the offense, but that time Gordon was ready to hit.
Now there's a player they've got to get in the mix. Meredith Nelson on a nice back quick, able to split the defense and get the kill. She needs to be more involved than she was in game number 1.
She does. She needs to be active. She has the ability to get kills. Right now she just needs to call for the set, and Tejas needs to get her the ball.
Meyer is roofed out there as Bradford gets the arms up high.
There's that nice vertical by T. Bradford, and she reaches to the center of the court. It's a one-on-one situation for Ohio State's hitter, but T is all over her and completely shuts her down.
Jumper from Reinhardt. Stevens made the pass. Gordon's going to get this out of the back row. Dug out nicely. Bowman steps into set after Tejas made the dig. She got it out to Bradford. Bradford puts it away. The Gophers starting to find a little bit of rhythm here in game 2.
Right, they're building on some positive plays, getting some momentum, and this is what Mike Hebert's team does. Again, they're not going to beat you 3 straight, but they will wear you down, and they are very competitive, and they will just play the entire 5 games if it goes 5 games.
And they score on the block. Nelson, we talked about her getting involved. Good penetration along with Bowman. 6 serving 8. Stevens passes. Tip out of the middle. Mapp was stopped. Oh, nice jump set by Maine, but didn't fool Bradford, who's really starting to jump out of the gym out there on the left side for Minnesota.
Yeah, Bradford's coming on nicely here in the second game. Again, a one-on-one situation. She goes up with the setter, does a nice little lateral jump, step, and jumps up with the hitter. A great play by T. Bradford.
Almost had another block there, but the freshman Meyer able to use her like a kitchen appliance and get the kill.
Well, Meyer's competitive too. Bradford had blocked her the last couple plays. Meyer calls for the ball and is able to wipe the ball off her hands.
Now Meyer will serve. Bradford rolls it over. Meyer the pass. Maine, Mapp. Dug out by Reinhardt. Bowman gets a swing off the top of the block and down. Point Gophers. They're back within 1.
Again, it all starts from a good defensive play. Lisa Reinhardt controlling the ball in the back court. Makes it look really easy, although putting the ball right to the setter so that you can set a play is not an easy thing to do. Reinhardt makes it look easy.
Mapp put on a great fake, and then they got the back set, but it was hit out of bounds. That is Rittenricker making her first appearance of the match. She suffered an injury early on and made a nice swing there, but just couldn't land it in. Tooling the block, getting the kill. That's Stevens of Ohio State.
You know, there's so many new players for this Buckeye team. It's kind of surprising to me that they've been able to mesh so quickly. You know, the preseason isn't that long. They have a couple weeks to kind of get together and kind of get a game plan going on and start competing. So they have done a really nice job for the number of new players on their team.
Going to be a free one for the Gophers. Tejas, Bradford, Doug Gordon. Gordon, Doug, Reinhardt, Stevens, Doug Genshu. Tip, played up. Oh, they can't chase it down. What great defense on both sides of the net. The fans, a big hand, longest rally of the night, and it goes to Ohio State.
Well, the fans are applauding great play on both sides of the net. They can appreciate great defensive plays as Genshu is putting on a defensive clinic. Although just the attack by the setter is the one that scores, surprisingly.
Out of the middle for Minnesota, Jessica Burns, the junior from Minnetonka. Gophers stay within 1. Ohio State won the first game, 30-24. Kelly Bowman serves. It will be Bradford. Got a little anxious on that set, hit it into the net.
Well, you can see how the ball kind of went below her peak jump, and she hit with her elbow bent and actually hit right in the center of the net.
Jumper, Stevens, ace, found the baseline. Point Ohio State.
You know, Stevens is such a great athlete. She's from Centerburg, Ohio. I think the entire town of Centerburg is here to cheer her on. That serve was well inside the court.
Reinhardt the pass. Bump set for Bradford. Off the top of the block. Played up Stevens. Dumped over by the setter. Dug out by Bowman. And then tapped over by Reinhardt. Gordon the pass. Gordon gets the set. Gordon hits it off the top of the block and down. Point Ohio State.
And again, Ohio State's middle player, that time it was Maya Mapp, was going for a back set. The block followed her slightly. No, they didn't. They were right there with Gordon. I lied. They stayed focused on Gordon, and despite that, Gordon was able to score.
Next serve is an error as Stevens hit one into the antenna. So look at Stacey Gordon. Her team trying to put the Gophers in a 2-0 hole. The serve by Pinata. Gordon off the top of the block and down.
Now, what can you say about Stacey that we haven't already said? She's spectacular. She, you know, takes any ball that she's given and does something positive with it. She's such a hard person to defend.
Gordon, cross court. Genshu can't get there. Point Ohio State.
Well, we talked to Stacey before the match about whether she's going to change her game plan or what her strategy is, and she really said that she's just going to keep swinging hard, and if Jen Shue starts digging her, maybe she'll start changing it up a little bit. But so far, really, it's been all Gordon in the front row.
Martin, that time, answered with her own outside swing. We talked about them at the top, both having 271 kills cumulative, including non-conference play to start the night. Big serve by Jen Shue. Ooh, she's almost decapitated by a swing from Stacey Gordon.
And I think that is only going to make Paula Jen Shue compete harder. She does not like getting faced like this, and I have a feeling she's going to elevate her level of play and make everybody around her play harder.
Ace.
A great jumper there. Tough angle for Minnesota's passers to get.
That one served out of bounds. And it will be Tages to serve. Quick set. And the Gophers able to make the stop.
They were all over that play. It was a 31 from Ohio State. Minnesota's blocker read it perfectly.
Gordon out of the middle. Jen Shue, the dig, tipped by Bowman. Tages plays it up. Bowman sets Martin on the left side. Down the line, it's good.
Martin really starting to come alive. That time Ohio State's block was not in the right position there. You see Gordon actually playing middle, so they were a little discombobulated in that play, but Martin taking advantage of it and getting her kill.
Page is a little too strong with the serve there. And it will be Stacey Gordon. Serving with a 4-point lead and a 1-game-to-none lead. Tages for Martin. Off the block. Passed up to Maine. Gordon out of the back row. Puts it away.
Right now, what Ohio State is doing is they're taking almost every shot that Minnesota is bringing their way and able to control it defensively and getting a good attack on it. Minnesota needs to take stronger swings at the ball. It'll be interesting to see what their kill percentage is at the end of game 2.
Bowman gets roofed by Stevens of Ohio State.
Here you see a back set, high back set to Bowman. She's literally one-on-one. The middle blocker for Ohio State didn't seal the block, so really the advantage in a one-on-one situation should go to the hitter.
There's Nelson out of the middle. She gets a nice set and puts it away.
And again, I really believe Nelson could hold or carry more offensive weight on her shoulders. She hits a great one ball. She's very quick, very athletic. I'd like to see her get a few more sets here.
Oh, will it clear? It did, but it landed out. Just got over, but landed out of bounds. So a point for Ohio State. They're up 6. Here's Meyer serving. Reinhardt, the pass. Tages for Bowman. Found the seam, nailed it, gets the kill.
Bowman is a very versatile player. She can set, but she can also swing with that nice heavy hand from the right side. She's not a very tall player. She's only about 5'10", 5'11", but hits very effectively from the right side.
That time had to go off her hands and then out of bounds. Unable to make the block. It's a point for the Buckeyes, 23-17.
Amy just with a little cut shot, sees the hands, goes for it, wipes it off.
Ball served down the line. It's an ace for the Buckeyes, Brittany Dons. And a timeout called by the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Ohio State on top of the #1 team of the country, 1-0 and 24-17 in game 2. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Totally NASCAR, the only source that puts the racing fan in tune with what's happening on and around the track. With expert analysis, racing insights, and the latest reports from the winner's circle. Your all-access pass to everything that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR. Weeknights on FSN.
Back in St. John Arena, where Ohio State leads the #1 team in the country, Minnesota. There've only been 14 overall. I believe 14 is the #1 teams in the country since they've started having the top 20 or top 25. And of course, Minnesota, one of them. Penn State out of the Big Ten. Mike Hebert really no stranger to #1, though, even though it's his first time with the Gophers. Preseason 1988, his Illinois team was ranked #1 by then Volleyball Monthly magazine. So even though it was a preseason and I guess unofficial ranking, Mike has felt the pressure of being #1, as he's doing here tonight in Columbus, Ohio, as his team trails to the homestanding Buckeyes. Bradford with a swing. Bradford again. Stevens ends the rally. Point Buckeyes.
Again, a nice defensive play. That time it was a dig by Gordon in the backcourt. Went right up to the setter. Marisa Main had her choice where to set the ball. She could have set her middle. She chose to go to the outside to Amy Stevens, who gets a cross-court kill.
And following the replay, Stevens with a serve that wound up in the net. So that's a point for Minnesota. Ohio State in control here in game 2. Gordon gets a swing, cross-court shot, out of bounds. They say it hit a blocker on the way over there. That's a touch. And that's a point for Ohio State. Rebecca Castine will serve it up for the Buckeyes as they try and close out game 2 and take a 2-0 lead. Ball tipped off the block and then down. Give the kill to Jessica Burns and the point to Minnesota.
Well, and I like the way Marcy Pinata passes the ball. It goes right to the setter. There you see the end result of that pass. And the setter, Lindsay Tages, is able to set Jessica Barnes a quick, which you can only do off a perfect pass.
Meyer gets a swing. Jen Shu with the overhand pass right on the money for Tages. Martin is dug by Stevens. Gordon puts it away.
You know, let's switch the focus here. Ohio State's backcourt defense is doing a great job. These are some very tough swings that Martin is throwing their way, and in the backcourt, Amy Stevens controls it, and then it's very easily converted by Gordon.
Main with the serve. Martin off the block. Gordon plays it up. Main goes middle. Meyer the tip. Jen Shu digs it out. Bowman setting. Tages has to bump it over the net. Tages got a piece of that one. Bowman played it up. Martin gets a swing. Knocks it out of bounds. No touch, and it's a point for the Buckeyes.
Aaron Martin looking a little frustrated there. The ball was not set perfectly to her, somewhat of a broken play. And she swung high, hard, but out of bounds.
Nelson dug out, tipped over by Gordon. Bowman for Tages, back set for Nelson. Stevens the dig right at the net, but Meyer is blocked. Getting up quick was Nelson. Martin might have got over there to help her out as well.
You know, Nelson's 6'3" with long arms, a very physical player. She will win battles at the net if the ball is set right in her lane, and she dominates that net by reaching high and over the net.
Tages serving. Maine shoots a set out there for Gordon. Off the block, then out of bounds. Point for Ohio State, and it is game point for the Buckeyes. Trying to take a 2-0 lead on the #1 team in the country. Stacey Gordon. Who else? Serving. Rips one into the net. She wanted to end with a flourish here in the second, didn't she?
You can tell she just wanted that ace so bad. But you know, in rally score, they could convert here and still win the match, or the game, excuse me.
Second game point. It will be Lisa Reinhardt. Stevens a short pass. Bump set for Stevens. Cross-court shot, sails out of bounds, no touch. And Minnesota fights another one off.
Well, Minnesota, they are a group of fighters, and it's 23-29, their serve, and they are not going to let Ohio State walk away with this easily.
Maine with a jump set, back row, Gordon. Jenshu chases it down. Tages powers it back over the net. Maine goes middle. Mapp off the block and down. Point for the Buckeyes, and Ohio State takes game number 2, 30-23. They lead the match 2-0.
Ohio State taking a free ball and converting perfectly on a 1-ball attack to win the second game.
The Buckeyes are up 2-0 over #1 in the country. We'll take a break and then come back with some of the stats, highlights, and more. Stay tuned. Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports next.
Lots has changed over 4 generations, but one thing that's remained the same is the great taste of Rosati's Pizza. For 40 years, the Rosati family's secret recipes have kept people coming back for more. Authentic pizzas are made by hand, always with the freshest homemade sauce and ingredients. Deep dish, thin crust, there's something for everyone. Or dive into the cheap, delicious Italian beef with melted mozzarella. Rosati's Pizza, a tradition of quality for 4 generations. To find the location nearest you, log on to rosatispizza.com. Something to talk about? Well, then you better check out FSN Chicago weeknights. First, it's the Sports List. Summer Sanders counts down the greatest players, teams, and moments in sports. Then, it's IMAX. Join Max Kellerman as he takes on the world. Think you got game? Well, you better bring it. And don't miss the best damn sports show, period. You never know who's going to show up, and these guys know how to have fun. The Sports List, IMAX, and the best damn sports show, period. 3 great reasons to watch FSN Chicago weeknights.
Ooh, what happened?
Well, it looks like a strip of metal punctured a tire in the landing gear, which ultimately caused the left wing to erupt into a massive fireball.
Oh, man.
Experience unforgettable stories about the world's most compelling catastrophes. Unlock the chain of events behind what really happened on Seconds from Disaster. Tuesdays on the National Geographic Channel. Check your local listings.
On Fox Sports World, we import only the finest Argentine beef. Grade A certified. Bien Argentino. Argentine soccer, only on Fox Sports World, America's soccer channel.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 8 and 11 on FSN.
And welcome back to St. John Arena, everybody, where 16th ranked Ohio State leads #1 Minnesota in Big Ten volleyball action. 2-0. The Buckeyes took the first game 30-24 and the second game 30-23. Too much Stacey Gordon.
Absolutely, but what I'm very impressed with on Ohio State's side of the net is Amy Stevens in the backcourt and her ability to dig, and then Marissa Main being able to take those balls and set perfectly to Gordon.
Yeah, Main, just a sophomore, the transfer. She's adapted to this offense really well here at Ohio State. And also from behind the service line, I'll tell you, Ohio State has just served Minnesota off the court 6 aces to none, only 7 service errors, and aces, the serving, one of the things getting it done for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, it's a way to get quick points, and that's exactly what Ohio State's doing. They're coming out and bang, bang, bang. They're getting easy points, quick points off their serve.
Speaking of aces, here are our Big Ten aces of the week. Maggie Griffin, outstanding play. Meg Griffin of Illinois, who has started for an injured Jen Hines at the University of Illinois, has come on to play well. Penn State, they're still undefeated. And Jill Odenthal, what a staple at Wisconsin. She's always doing a great job up there for the Badgers.
Well, I'll tell you what, all the teams in the Big Ten are competitive. Right now, Penn State, Minnesota, Ohio State is proving themselves to be a very tough team in the Big Ten. Tough conference, I'll tell you what.
Yes,
it's no cakewalk. Every weekend, you got to come out ready to play.
We've got 2 of the best in the conference and 2 of the best of the country here tonight. 16th ranked Ohio State leads Minnesota 2 games to none. Back with more right after this. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Totally NASCAR, the only source that keeps the racing fan in tune with what's happening on and around the track. With expert analysis, racing insights, and the latest reports from the winner's circle, your all-access pass to everything that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR, weeknights on FSN.
And welcome back to St. John Arena, everybody, where 16th ranked Ohio State leads #1 Minnesota 2 games to none. Dave Lone along with Audrey Flaw. Audrey, back in your old stomping grounds here. Always good to get back on campus.
Well, it's great, and I'll tell you what I appreciate about coming back onto campus in St. John Arena. The fans here appreciate good volleyball. They're jacked up tonight, and they're seeing some fantastic play on both sides of the net.
They are, and they're seeing the Ohio State Buckeyes basically serve, and that was a big serve right there, serve the Minnesota Golden Gophers right off the court. Let's take a look. Ace. Ace. On the short one, an ace. Long rally in game #2. Great defense. Jen Shu with the dig there. Tip by Main, the setter. Reinhardt played it up, but her teammates couldn't chase it down. Ohio State, and then Gordon with the exclamation point. They win game 2, and they lead it 2 games to none. How about some of the numbers?
Well, I'll tell you what, a team that hits 30% will be very successful. Ohio State just showing why they've got the #1 offensive team in the Big Ten right now. Marissa Main is doing a great job of setting Gordon, but she's also doing a nice job of dispersing those sets, setting middle and slides very effectively.
All right, they'd like to serve DePronio all night long, but they're doing a great job. The Buckeyes lead it 2 games to none. Back with the start of the 3rd game right after this on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome to Deal O'Neill. And now, Pamela Anderson. Chris Fry. Let's give a big hand for Samuel L. Jackson.
There's something special in the air on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Tonight on FSN.
Does Mike Hebert have to tell his team to get them back into this match, trailing 2 games to none?
Well, I think what I've seen in the past from Hebert's teams is that they're competitive, and they are not going to roll over and die. They are fighters. He is a fantastic coach. They made it to the Final Four last year. The year before, they won a Big Ten title, so they certainly know how to compete. The problem is they've got Gordon right now to contend with, and they've got a very good backcourt defense on Ohio State's side. They need to find a way to get more kills. They need to get Erin Martin involved. She needs to jack up her level of play so that everybody else around her plays a little bit better.
Set to go with game 3. Again, Ohio State won the first game 30-24, and the second game 30-23. The Buckeyes will serve to start things out, and it will be their fine setter, Marisa Main, putting it in play. Zhen Chu passes right on the money. Bowman the set. That one cranked out the middle and down. That's the Gophers' Jessica Burns. She doesn't care who's setting the ball, as they do switch the setters in the Minnesota offense. Bowman and Tages. Talk about that a little bit.
Right, they run a 6-2, which means that there are always 2 setters on the floor, and so at any point in time, either setter can run the offense. Generally speaking, the setter in the backcourt is the one that runs the offense, so they always have 3 hitters to go to.
That one a little bit low by Zhen Chu. Gordon. That's Bowman setting out of the middle. This time it's Meredith. Nelson putting it away. And the interesting thing about their 6-2 is that when the setter goes into the front row, they stay in as a hitter. A lot of teams will switch out, right?
Right. Bowman has been very effective offensively. You haven't seen Tages hit so many high back swings, but at any rate, Bowman is being very effective, and actually so far in the match has gotten 7 kills and hitting 60%. So Bowman doing a really nice job.
Now there's Tages. She's serving, so this is her first rotation here in the back row. She will be the setter for the next 3 rotations. There she is under the ball, makes the set, back set to Nelson, off the block. Main, the Ohio State setter, plays it up. Stepping into set and setting it to the left side for Stevens is the Buckeyes' McCarthy. Stevens the kill, point for the Buckeyes. It's 2 serving 3.
Now you see a nice set to the outside. Again, it goes off the blocker's hands. Backcourt not able to convert that into an offensive play.
Quick set. Nelson just got a piece of it. McCarthy dumps it over on 2. The young lady out of Wisconsin. We went up there last year, saw Ohio State play at Wisconsin, and she had her own fan club from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. She dumps it over on 2 and gets the kill.
And you know, she was the starting setter last year, so this year her role is a little bit different. But when Marisa Main plays the first ball off a dig, Bree is the setter, McCarthy's the setter, and she can do anything with that ball. She can jump and attack, she can set a 1 ball or a quick offense. It's always nice to have 2 setters out on the floor.
Ball overpass. Nelson stuffs it down. One of the few passing errors we've seen by Ohio State tonight. And the quick Meredith Nelson able to take advantage and get the point. Minnesota up by 2. Kenyatta serves. Gordon out of the back row, knocks it out of bounds. Point Minnesota.
And that time Minnesota opted not to block that back row attack. Oftentimes what will happen on a back row attack is the blockers go up and then it deflects off their hands, and it makes it really difficult for the back court. That time Minnesota let Stacy go, hoping that the back court would be able to play that ball.
Stevens gets the kill and puts it away. Stevens leaves. Here she comes.
Big hole in the block. Actually, Minnesota's middle blocker did not jump, so Stevens had the advantage there, just being one-on-one with the outside blocker.
Stevens did not leave. She's still in there hitting on the outside. And there's a lift called on the Ohio State side of the net.
Well, when the setter is front row, she is a viable attacker. That time Marisa Main went up to attack. Minnesota doing a good job of recognizing she was in the front row and being all over her with their hands.
Joust at the net. Taking a swing down the line. Bowman. She gets the kill. Minnesota has come out of the locker room with a little fire in their belly here.
Well, Bowman's given she's given a lot of line shot to hit there, and you're right, Dave. Minnesota has come out of the locker room fired up, and that's what they are competitive. They are not going to roll over and die, and they're playing outstanding in this 3rd game.
Mapp knocks one out of bounds. It's 9-4 Minnesota. Ohio State wants a timeout. There's Mapp. Good swing, but just couldn't keep it in play.
You know, when you come at that angle, it's really hard to cut back, and so she just went for the hard, straight-ahead shot. There wasn't enough court for her to hit into.
Let's talk to Mike Hebert of Minnesota a little bit about the way things have gone this season. Mike meeting with his players right there on the bench. Can you stop Stacy Gordon, coach?
You know what I think? I think
well, Stacey Gordon, in my opinion, is maybe the best player in the country right now in terms of she's so versatile. Hits the ball with such velocity, has all the shots in the world. We've coached against her for 3 years, and we have not done anything to slow her down. I'm not sure anybody can. Gordon, thanks.
Stacey Gordon in her career against Minnesota last year in the match here in Columbus, Ohio. There's a nice swing by Mapp as she puts it away. Stacey had 77 swings. They set her 77 times. She had 28 kills in a win for Minnesota. Buckeyes struggled last year. Minnesota won the match 3-2, but not for lack of effort from Stacey Gordon. But the Gophers fighting back in this one. They trail 2-0, but they are in control here early on in game 3. 10-5 as Bowman serves. Back set, Mapp hits that one into the net. And it's a point for the Gophers.
You know, Mapp jumps so high, and she's 6'1", has long arms. You almost have to set the ball instead of a quick, almost like a ball and a half, you know. You have to set it higher for her because she jumps so incredibly well.
Gordon. How many kills for Gordon? Ball served up. That's Trish Bradford off the top of the block and down, point Minnesota.
Well, that's 5 kills for Bradford, and you asked prior to that rally how many Gordon has. She's got 22 kills so far in the game. 22
kills. There's an ace serve. Minnesota feeding up Ohio State some of their own medicine. We talked about how the Buckeyes were serving the Gophers off the court. Here's a nice one by Reinhardt.
Well, when you serve tough, you put the pressure on the other team, and right now Minnesota is doing a good job of being very aggressive. You don't want to let back at all when you're down 2 games, and Minnesota has come out of the locker room fired up and being very aggressive with their serve and their offense.
Martin is blocked at the net. Gordon was in there, along with the Buckeyes. Nicole Brittenreicher, who's back into the match, has played sparingly since being injured early in the season. There's a net serve. That's good. Play goes on. Martin gets a swing. Tipped. Passed up. Stevens out of the back row. Genshu. Perfect pass. Tages. Cross-court shot goes down. That's Jessica Burns. Point Minnesota.
And that's what I like to see from Minnesota side of the net. I like the transition attack when they set someone other than their left side hitters. I like when they set the slide to the middles or a 31 or 1. I think they are very effective when they do that on transition plays.
McCarthy played it up off the block there. Gordon gets another swing. Dug out by Bowman. Tages bumps that left side Martin. She tools the block and gets the kill. And the Gophers are rolling here in game 3.
And Martin is coming alive, which is exactly what the Gophers want. She tools that outside block. Although McCarthy's hand was turned in, she just got the outer side of the hand and was able to score on a wipe-off.
Triple block. Good coverage there by Castine. Martin will get a swing. It's a tip. Maine plays it up. McCarthy sets. Gordon. Last one. Dug out Genshu. And then free balled over. They go to Gordon again. And this one off the hands of Genshu and then down. Hard-earned point for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ohio State's offense that time, their middle ran a 31, and Gordon ran a set right over top of the 31, known as a 32. Very difficult to know who that ball is going to, but ultimately Minnesota should know that Gordon's going to get more sets than anybody else. Just follow her around the court.
Cross-court shot, that missed, out of bounds. Minnesota pleading for a touch. They're not going to get the call. Point Ohio State. As they get a ball into Gordon, she'll serve. 9 serving 15. Ohio State leads the match 2-0. We play best 3 out of 5. Rally scoring to 30. You got to win by 2. If we do go to a 5th game, they'll play to 15. Martin hammers one down the line and gets the kill. point, Minnesota.
Reinhardt with a perfect, spectacular pass goes right to the setter. The setter's able to set a low shoot set to the outside. And there you saw in the replay, Ohio State's block was not set up, not ready for that Bradford bomb.
4 hits called, point Minnesota. Good block. Maine, and putting it away for the Buckeyes. Rittenricker, the freshman from Cincinnati.
Well, what a spectacular hit. There was no block. I don't think Minnesota knew she was front row. Nobody went up. She went unchallenged there and just nailed it down the line.
Rittenricker in the lineup for the Buckeyes. Also, Amanda Miller is out there hitting left side as Jim Stone tries to shake it up a little bit here in game 3. Gordon finds the baseline and gets the kill. The Minnesota bench up off that one. That ball landed right in front of them, and they thought that was out. Let's take a look. Looked out from that angle, but that's not the angle that the line judge has.
Right, it did look out, but then again, we are not on that line to tell.
Gordon tips. Tages for Bowman. Ooh, she played it up with her head. That's using your head. Mapp pounds one into the net. Ohio State not clicking like they were in games 1 and 2, and they're going to use another timeout. Jim Stone calls timeout as Minnesota leads at 19-10 here in game 3. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more. Stay tuned. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
True intensity, true heroics, true champions. A true fan reads the Chicago Sun-Times Sports. Extensive coverage from preps to the championships. Every move, every drop of sweat. The award-winning sports writers at the Sun-Times grab you, excite you, and won't let you go. Hard-hitting sports from the only team that tells it like it is. Mariotti, Tallender, Slazak, the list goes on. To subscribe, call 888-84-TIMES. True sports, true Chicago. Find it only in the Chicago Sun-Times.
Special announcement from the Bargain Network. You can buy cars for as low as $500. Choose from thousands of cars repossessed and seized by the U.S. Customs, IRS, FBI, and private organizations. Call 800-831-6931. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 a month. HUDs, VAs, and FHAs, repos, and more.
Through the Bargain Network, I got my dream car, and I saved a lot of money.
New cars and homes are being added every day. For listings in your area, call now. 800-831-6931. Call now.
Fifth Gear. Incredible experiments. Unreal discoveries. It's almost scary. Testing the limits of performance. Do not panic. Fifth Gear cracks the car show mold wide open. From the super exotic to the super destructive urban assault vehicle. Fifth Gear boldly goes where others don't dare. Cool. Get into Fifth Gear Monday nights exclusively on Speed Channel.
Everyone close your eyes now. Be with me. Picture yourself as a child playing dress-up. Imagine yourself as a fireman, the president, a dancer. Remember how that felt to trust yourself completely? Feel that feeling. Let it in. Did you feel that? Now that is the power of fuel.
The best damn sports show period. Weeknights at 8 and 11 on FSN.
And we're back in Columbus, Ohio, where Minnesota is on top in game 3. But they trail in the match 2-0. The Gophers, Pinata serves it up. Getting a swing from the left side, her first of the night. That's Amanda Miller. Cross-court shot. That's Bradford. She puts it away. Gophers are the first to 20. They want to take this at least to game 4.
Well, here you see Bradford going up strong, turning her shoulders, getting her thumb on the ball, and forcing that ball cross-court. Came at Ohio State's defense way too fast for them to control.
Miller. Cross-court shot. She's playing in Stevens' spot out there on the left side. The serve by Dobbs. That one goes down. That's Bradford. The outside's really heating up for the Gophers now.
They are, and that is really their responsibility. As outside hitters, they need to be terminators, and right now, Bradford has terminated the last 2 plays with that sharp cross-court shot.
Maine throws it to Gordon out of the back row. Played up by Pinata. They set the middle, and that one by Bowman. Out of bounds, no touch. That'll be a point for Ohio State. They run a little crossing pattern there. Minnesota, #1 in the country. Trying to avoid the upset, but if you've seen as many matches in the Big Ten, whenever the home team wins, I don't know that you can call it an upset. There's a shot out of bounds.
Well, you're right, Dave. All the venues in the Big Ten are very difficult to play, and the crowd is right on top of the court here, and they're very, very vocal, cheering on the Buckeyes.
Gordon, she puts it away.
You know, I enjoy watching her play so much because even though she has big blocks in front of her, she's able to beat the block. She turns her shoulders. She's got that great snap with her wrist that makes the ball go down so quickly.
Bradford got that one down quickly.
Yeah.
Bradford answers with a kill of her own after Gordon with her 25th kill on the night. And T puts it away.
Well, and that's what her team needs. They need big hits like that from her to start, you know, getting some excitement on their side of the net.
The ball hit into the net. Total kills. Ohio State with a big edge. They lead the match 2-0. Minnesota trying to close out game 3, though. Shot down the line is good. Martin.
Those outside hitters really coming alive, Dave. First it's Bradford, now Martin has rotated to the front court, and she likes that line shot. She's going right over top of Marissa Maine. There you get a great angle. You can see she's hitting right over top of the shorter blocker.
Off the block and down. And a point for the Buckeyes. McCarthy back in the match. Back to serve. It's Maine. There's Stacey Gordon at the net. She's lined up front right. She'll switch out to the left side after the server contacts the ball. Martin. She finds a seam. Gets the kill. Point for Minnesota.
And you just feel like she is gaining that confidence. She is just giving high fives to her teammates. She's hitting all sorts of shots. That time, seeing that the block is not quite lined up in front of her, she nails it cross court.
There's a serve out of bounds. 30-24, 30-23. That's what the Buckeyes did in taking the first 2 games of this match. But it's been all Gophers here in game 3 as Jordan fires the jumper over the net. Martin, and she is on fire out there.
That's her job, Dave. She needs to get kills, and she is really coming through strong for her team. She takes a nice high set. There you see that vertical and that nice arm swing and snap.
That one finds the far sideline. Getting the kill is Rittenricker.
You know, she's come on very strong for the Buckeyes. You see that nice slide, 1-foot takeoff where she's able to shoot the ball cross court.
And then she serves one into the net. Minnesota gets it back. They're 2 points from notching game number 3 right here.
You know, at this point, Ohio State has to play almost flawlessly to get this 3rd game. We'll see what they can do.
Stevens the pass. McCarthy, they swing her into the middle, and she puts one away.
Now, McCarthy, like I said earlier, was a setter last year, but she's a big, tall girl, and she likes to take swings on the ball. Nice crossing play. Good mix-up set here. She turns that ball cross court.
Brittany Dahms serving. Stevens will get a swing. Stevens puts it away with a nice cross-court shot.
Stevens, a very physical player, nice and tall, takes powerful hits. There you see Jen Shu getting a touch on the ball, but not able to control the play.
Bradford gives Minnesota their first game point of the night. It's 29-18.
Bradford facing one short block on the outside, and she is really turning it on, and she will score if that's the type of block she's going to face.
There's the tip. Chance to finish off game 3. Hammered down the line. Jessica Burns gets the kill, and Minnesota is on the board. They win game 3, 30-18.
Well, what a momentum change in this third game. It was all Minnesota. Jessica Burns getting a nice kill off that slide approach, and she is jacked up, getting her teammates fired up as well.
So, Ohio State still leads it, but the #1 team in the country, Minnesota, fights back. Big Ten volleyball.
Many of the devices, the implants that are being used in orthopedics nowadays were actually designed, developed, and perfected at Rush.
New prosthetics, bone graft substitutes,
cartilage cell transplantations.
A hip replacement patient can leave the hospital in one day through minimally invasive surgery.
I think we really have the opportunity to do something for patients that maybe isn't available elsewhere.
And you can honestly think to yourself, nobody else could have accomplished what we did today.
Rush University Medical Center. It's how medicine should be.
Steel Outdoor Power Equipment is the premium brand with an affordable price. Right now, get the Steel BG55 gas-powered blower for just $159.95, plus buy any Steel blower and get a starter kit for just $495. Or try the Steel MS-170 chainsaw for just $189.95. And when you buy any Steel chainsaw, you get a Woodman carry case, extra chain, and limited edition steel cap for just $29.95. To find a Steel dealer near you, call 1-800-GO-STEEL. Look in the yellow pages under saws or visit steelusa.com.
It's a big-time showdown in Big Ten volleyball as Minnesota defends its home court against Wisconsin. Gophers volleyball, Friday at 7 on FSN North, where Minnesota fans come first.
College football Saturday on FSN. Gunslinger Brad Smith in Missouri look to make noise in a Big 12 battle with hated rival Baylor. College football Saturday on FSN.
It's IMAX, home of the funniest, freshest opinions in sports.
Welcome back to my ongoing argument with the whole wide world.
Every weeknight, Max takes on today's biggest names. IMAX, weeknights on FSN.
Gopher hockey returns. Former champion meets defending champion when Minnesota collides with Denver in the season-opening Hall of Fame game. Pioneers, Gophers, Saturday at 7 on FSN North.
Welcome back as Ohio State leads Minnesota 2-1. A look at the numbers through 3 games.
Well, there you see that Minnesota's hitting percentage has really gotten better. And in fact, if you take only the third game, they hit 50%, as opposed to Ohio State in the third game hitting 11%. So what a huge turnaround offensively. This Minnesota team is experienced, they are competitors, and they're going to come out fighting as they did in their third game.
Some of the highlights from game 3. Served by Reinhardt. Went down. That was their first ace of the night, believe it or not. Burns started to heat it up in the middle for Minnesota as they've really started to spread the attack around on the Gopher side of the net. And there's a key stat right there.
Exactly. Right now, their hitting percentage in the third game, at any rate, is so much better than Ohio State. It was really no surprise to me that they won that third game so easily.
Minnesota #1 in the country, but the hitting error by Martin gives the first point of game 4 to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Back on for the Buckeyes, Meyer, Stevens. McCarthy's also out there. Maine's into set. It'll be Gordon to serve, and their libero, Castine, is also on the court. Martin off the block and down as the Gophers started things out with Burns in there. Now she comes out for the other middle. Nelson.
Martin is actually such a quick player that sometimes she actually comes under the set too much and the ball is behind her. And that's what she did in that last play, so she really couldn't hit hard. She had to opt for a roll shot, which ended up being effective. But, you know, she's so quick and she jumps so high that sometimes that can be almost to a fault, if you can believe it.
Taking a swing, it's Tages. She shows that she likes to take a swat at the ball as well. She'll go back and serve and become the setter now. But she tools the block nicely there. Gordon. That one's good. Another close call on the baseline.
The Lions people are really earning their pay tonight. They are forced to make some really tough calls. The ball's landing right on the line many times tonight.
As Nelson puts that one away. Minnesota ties it up at 3 apiece. Meredith Nelson.
Meredith Nelson going up strong, and what's happening here is Ohio State is getting a touch on the ball defensively, but not able to control the ball and put it up to the setter like they were in games 1 and 2.
Mapp flipped it over. The Gophers flipped it back. Stevens with a swing. And the Ohio State, the Minnesota block is in the net.
You know, you get so anxious to block that sometimes you just reach a little too far. If you touch that net even in the slightest, the refs are there. They're right on top of the net, and they can see it. Here you see just a little too much pike there. And Meredith Nelson's forearms touch the net.
Bradford played up. Gordon knocked down.
Woo. Now that is an excellent transition attack. You take a play that's pretty difficult. It's just kind of a swipe off the block here. Heads up play by Ohio State's middle. Nice push to the outside. A Gordon slam right in Jen Shu's lap.
27th kill of the night for Gordon. Bradford answers with a big swing from the outside of her own. Minnesota stays within 1. 4 serving 5, 2 games to 1. Ohio State, 16th ranked team of the country, leading number 1. Minnesota. Here's Gordon. Off the block and down. 28 kills.
Defense is going to win this game and this match. The team that plays the better defense and is able to transition and get attacks will win. And that time Minnesota on that particular play just didn't go hard for the ball and let it drop in the center of the court.
And that's a point for the Buckeyes. Jim Stone's team surges ahead by 3, 7-4. Castine the serve. Burns out of the middle. Castine the dig. Setter dump. The defense of Minnesota sucked into the net, and Maine saw it and capitalized.
Well, Castine putting the ball right up to Maine, the setter. There you see a perfect dig by Castine. Maine taking a look at the backcourt defense, seeing that that right back corner was open, pushes it right to the open spot.
Hey, where do you go for all the latest and greatest information on your favorite Big Ten team or athlete? Well, next time, log in and check out www.big10.org. It's Audrey Flaw's favorite website.
It is. I'm on it all the time, Dave.
And you'd see a lot of amazing stats there. They carry the team stats and things for volleyball as well as all the other great Big Ten sports. You see some amazing stats and amazing accomplishments by Stacey Gordon of Ohio State as she is now in her senior season here in Columbus.
You know, and she has had such a great career. She has been named All-American in the past 3 seasons, and actually Ohio State recognized her as the Athlete of the Year last year, and rightfully so. What a fantastic athlete she is, truly gifted.
Earlier this season, Jim Stone celebrated his 500th career win. Stoney, your former head coach, along with Mike on the other bench, 2 of the classiest guys in sport, and 2 fellas that have made it a lot of fun to cover Big Ten volleyball and had tremendously successful programs. After the timeout, a scrambling play by Ohio State keeps the rally alive. Great dig. Gordon dug out. Tages. Bradford blocked out of bounds. Point, Minnesota.
Well, a great rally on both sides of the net. Some key defensive plays. I'll tell you what, these DSs and Liberos are doing a great job, but ultimately Minnesota's left side hitter, T. Bradford, scored a point for her team.
Gordon off the block. Jen Shu passes it up. Bradford. Oh, great dig by Stevens. Gordon. Great dig by Jen Shu. Bowman left side for Bradford. They're just hammering away. Comes up and over. Backslide. Knocked out of bounds as Burns kind of lost her footing going for that ball near the antenna.
She did. She really didn't get that good three-step approach that you want when you're hitting a slide, and she just kind of worked it out of bounds, really. But great defensive plays here. There you see huge kind of a chicken wing dig by Castine. And again, not a great takeoff by Burns. And she kind of chunked her hit. Point Ohio State.
Back to live action. Reinhardt with a fine dig, and then she tips it over the net. McCarthy plays it up. Gordon gets a swing. Facial for Jen Chu.
Well, Jen Chu is in the right spot, and it's hard to believe that she can't control these because she is such a great defensive player, but you have to give credit to Stacey Gordon. I mean, when you are up against the best defensive player and you're still able to score, kudos to you. Gordon is just lighting it up.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Point for the Buckeyes on the prior rally. Not truly a facial. Jen Chu got her hands up to protect herself, and that's why she's such a good defensive player. She's not only got great positioning and footwork, but quick hands. Let's see where Gordon goes with this one. Just slaps it over. It'll be Bowman, right side for Burns. Tip. Gordon again, and the Gopher block is all over the net. Point Ohio State. They lead at 12-5. They're trying to upset #1 in the country.
Again, a Gordon bomb. Jen Chu is there, does her job, keeps the ball off the floor, but she really needs somebody to take that ball and just set up somebody on the offense. Jen Chu, very courageous, playing right dead smack in the center of the court.
30 kills for Gordon. Back to serve for Minnesota. It's Pinata. Stevens the pass. Main sets Gordon a little bit behind her. She flipped it over. Jen Chu passes it up. Martin. Great dig by Castine. Gordon off the block. Bowman plays it up. Jen Chu setting for Martin off the tape and then down. Point Minnesota.
Well, Jen Chu taking that second contact and making a nice high set outside to Aaron Martin. Aaron Martin doing a nice job of converting and getting a kill. There you see the prior hit. Nice defensive play by Minnesota. And there we see the Martin kill.
Wow.
Right smack dab in the center of the court.
One-handed set by Main. And she flipped it to Meyer, and Meyer was able to nail it down the line. Look at that. Fisted it up in the air, just like DePronio used to do here in St. John Arena. And then it's converted by Meyer. On serve receive, the Gophers with Martin. Off the block and down.
Martin's a fighter. She's a senior. She's been in a lot of game situations that are tight, so she's got that experience, and she is a tough player. She's going to go up strong until the very end, hitting that ball right off the blocker's hand to get a point for her team.
Nobody up in the face of Meyer, and she puts it away.
You know, that's the thing about this Ohio State team. These are freshmen or transfers, and really, Minnesota hasn't seen these players very often. So this first matchup of this season, a lot of times coaches and players are surprised at what the other team is doing. They really haven't scouted that much.
Gordon puts it away. 31 for Gordon. And can she set any more career highs? Well, in previous matches against Minnesota in her career, she's had 28 kills, 21 kills, 27, 24, 19, and 15 freshman year. So it's a new high against the Gophers at 31. There's a roof. Meredith Nelson teams up with Tages, and they block it straight down. The Buckeyes won't go, excuse me, the Gophers won't go away quietly.
And just like that, this crowd has been silenced by a huge Minnesota block.
McCarthy, Doug, Jen Chu. Bowman, left side for Martin. She puts it away.
Now, Martin's one of the best attackers in the Big Ten. She is coming on strong here. A perfect set. Great timing on her approach. That ball was well in front of her. She could snap through and really use her ab muscles to peek over top of the ball.
Bowman kind of twists one around the block and gets it to go down.
Well, momentum shifting right now it seems like Minnesota is on a major roll here. Things are really connecting nicely for them.
Jim Stone doesn't want to let him get back into game 4. He uses a timeout. We'll take a break ourselves. Back with more right after this. Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Something special in the air on the best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
Your ticket to the black and blue division is FSN North. The Black and Blue Preview. Every week, join host Trevor Thompson and former Lions and Bears quarterback Eric Kramer.
Huge game this week in Minnesota.
As they hit the practice fields, talk to players and coaches, and go inside the huddle to prepare you for kickoff in the NFC North. The Black and Blue Preview, Friday at 6:30 on FSN North.
I got 2 10-45s, one unconscious.
Rescue Me is Gable's newest hit.
We're going in.
And the summer's most acclaimed series.
Ready to be a hero, baby?
USA Today gives it 4 stars, and critics across the country are raving. The best new show of the summer. Daring and raw, scathingly funny. Don't miss the hit series the New York Post calls the best since The Sopranos. Rescue Me, an all-new episode every Wednesday night at 10, only on FX.
This is the morning glory room. Dear, I want you to come and see the Jasmine Gardens. Isn't it lovely? Adorable.
Excuse me, where's the TV?
Television?
Get the sports information you need anywhere with Fox Sports Mobile. Play-by-play action, up-to-the-minute scores and news. Fox Sports Mobile, your sports lifeline.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 8 and 11 on FSN.
Back in St. John Arenas, our statistical leaders here, as Ohio State leads in kills per game, hitting percentage, and assists per game. That's a pretty good formula for winning a match.
Well, and you got to give credit to the setter, Marisa Main, having stepped into this program just this year, transferring from Xavier. She has really turned things around for the Buckeyes, and it is because of her and Stacey Gordon that hitting percentage and kill percentage is so high.
Off the block, Gordon passes it up. Main will set Gordon out of the back row. She just tips. That set was well in front of the 3-meter line. Gordon the dig. Main for Stevens. Cross-court shot. Genshu can't play it up. Point for the Buckeyes.
Boy, Genshu really working her little heart out here, getting the ball up off the ground. I mean, she's really doing her job defensively. If that ball is up just inches, really someone needs to dive for it to make a second contact on the ball.
Bowman was dug. Tipped over by Gordon. Bowman again. This time she sneaks it through the triple block and gets the kill.
Well, what a versatile player Bowman is. Not very tall, like I said before. She's only about 5'10", but she goes up strong. She's a great athlete, has a great jump on the ball, really able to hit those cross-court shots, those crossing shots, excuse me, or a high back set.
Maine is able to find an open area on the court, and she puts it there with a setter dump. 17-12. Stevens with a jumper, and that one winds up in the net. Point Minnesota. Nelson stays in to serve. Gordon hammers it. Kill number 32.
Nice ball control. on that pass, going right to the setter, and then boom. Gordon has a lot of line shot there, a lot of area down the line to hit. That ball was set in the 3 zone, which opens up the court a little bit, so she's able to hit that line.
Bradford gets a swing. Bradford corner to corner. She puts it away. Gophers stay within 4. This is a crucial point in the match right here. They need to fight their way back into it, because with rally scoring, if a team gets into the 20s and they're well ahead of you, they've got an easy road of siding out, basically, to win the match. There's Gordon being blocked as the Gophers answer with a stop at the net.
Maybe a little too predictable. It's hard to say because Gordon is such a go-to player, but right now they're camping on her. There you see the block is just basically waiting for her to get the ball. Perhaps Ohio State should consider mixing it up a little bit.
Low set. Meyer was blocked, covered her own shot. It'll be Gordon again. Played up by Bradford, tipped over by Burns. Gordon again. All out of bounds. So a hitting error on Gordon. And a point for Minnesota. They're back within 2. Doing a good job. Burns blocking her there, along with Tages. She cuts that one around the block and out of bounds. I think they've gotten into her head just a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. She's made, I think, about 3 unforced errors, 2 for sure. We'll see if she can rebound.
Backslide Meyer. Played up by Reinhardt. And then Bradford with a shot that never cleared the net. 19-17. The Gophers have fought back into it, trailing 2 games to none. They want to send it to a 5th game. Ohio State wants to win it in 4. Jumper by Maine. Genshu the pass. Bowman setting Bradford, who puts it away.
Bradford coming alive, and she had a big block in front of her. Bree McCarthy standing at 6'1", but there was a hole in the block. She nailed that hole. There was a nice seam in the block. She went up strong, saw it, and ripped it.
Backslide Meyer tools the block. Only one blocker up. Martin couldn't stop her. Point Ohio State.
And if Meyer becomes active in the offense, it's really going to open things up for Gordon, because Minnesota's block has to respect Meyer as a hitter. They can't let her go because she will get her share of kills.
Tough serve. It is an ace for Stacey Gordon. Buckeyes back up 3, 21-18. Can they close it out here, or will Minnesota send it to the 5th game? Overpass out of bounds. Good help from Castein's teammates telling her it was out. She let it drop. Point Minnesota.
At this point in the match, the team that makes the fewest unforced errors will win.
Ohio State serving Minnesota off the court with a look at those numbers. Martin hammering the Buckeyes down to the court with that shot.
I know Erin Martin is quite a distance away from me, but I could see it in her eyes. She was focused, and it was like she was gritting her teeth. She wanted that set, and I just knew she was going to put it away.
Off the block and then down. That's Meyer, the freshman, once again. She was big in game 1 and has come back big here in game 4.
She's coming on very strong. That cross-court shot has been effective and has scored for her many times.
Tages with a swing. Nelson tries to stuff it down. Gordon plays it out. Stevens gets a swing. She puts it away. Timeout Minnesota as Ohio State leads at 24-19 here in the 4th. They lead the match 2 games to 1.
Well, Big Bad Stevens on the outside against 1 block. I love this kid. She goes up strong. The blocker is not very big in front of her. It's Lindsay Tages at 5'10", and Stevens standing at about 6'1". Just unleashes the ball. Scores big time for Buckeyes.
Well, we talked a few rallies ago about it being a crucial point of the match, and Minnesota responded. They fought back to within 2. And now Ohio State has regained the momentum here in the 4th. They lead at 24-19.
Well, again, you have to respect Minnesota, though. I I know Jim Stone respects Mike Hebert, and I know the Ohio State players have the utmost respect for Minnesota. They know that this team is very competitive. They're a good, solid team. Heck, they're #1 in the nation. Minnesota will come out strong out of this time out. Ohio State just has to hold their own. They need to make good plays, minimize their unforced errors, and we'll see what happens.
Stacey Gordon with the ace on that play. 32 kills for Stacey tonight. And she has had, is that 88, Audrey, straight matches with double-digit kills in her career here at Ohio State?
It is. It's incredible. Her stats are simply unbelievable.
Out of the back row, Gordon off the tape. Jen Chu plays it up. Martin, she tips. Main with the dig, but no one could play it up after that. Mapp went to the floor, tried to bump it in the air, but it's a point for Minnesota. They're back within 4.
You know, when the setter plays the first ball, oftentimes it's considered somewhat of a broken play because it's not typical that someone else sets the offense. At that point, someone just needs to make a high contact with the ball and then possibly free ball it over.
Good reaction at the net by McCarthy there. Kind of out of position in the middle of the court, and it here played up off the block.
Well, when you have 2 setters on the floor, sometimes you think the other one is going to get that second ball, and that's what happened between Bowman and Tejas. I think Tejas thought Bowman was going to go up and set the offense.
Off the block. Nice dig. That was Doms who made the dig. Gordon knocks it out of bounds. Point Minnesota. The Gophers won't go away. 21 serving 25.
And any good setter will take the blame for a hitting error. And that time Marissa Main says, my bad, Stacey. What she did was she led Stacey a little bit too far, and Stacey really couldn't maximize her approach and her vertical on that back row attack.
Gordon makes the dig but can't keep it in play. Gophers back within 3.
Well, both coaches up off the bench, coaching their hearts out, pleading for their teams to compete hard in this, which could be the last game of the match.
Maine tips it out of bounds. It's a 2-point game. Ohio State leads in the match. Minnesota wants to send it to a 5th game. Gordon the pass. Stevens off the block and down. Point for the Buckeyes.
It's a dogfight here tonight, Dave. It's incredible. Plays are going back and forth here. You're going to see a Stevens kill. But I'll tell you what, the block is there lined up. They know that they have to get touches on the ball. They're doing as best they can to stop Ohio State's offense.
Bowman is dug. Gordon puts it down. Point Buckeyes.
Well, that time Minnesota's strategy was to put the big blocker on the outside. #1, Kelly Bowman, was blocking middle. They switched, but Gordon took advantage of that shorter block in the middle and rips it.
Bradford is dug. It comes over after a nice dig by Doms. Reinhardt played up. Gordon, 34th kill of the night. Ohio State, 2 points from the upset.
Well, these Buckeye fans are loving this show. Gordon really, right now, Minnesota's block is taking her line, and she's just running right past them cross court.
Setter dump goes down. Bowman, a smart play at the net. Able to put it down. Gophers within 4. They're going to need to make a run here. Play errorless ball to get back into this game and thusly into this match. Pass by Stevens. Main goes to Gordon. She puts it away, and it's match point for the 16th ranked Buckeyes.
Well, how exciting is it for this Buckeye team? If they beat the #1 team in the nation, it'll be interesting to see what the national rankings are after this match. And remember, Minnesota has to travel to Penn State tomorrow.
Castine serves. Here's Bradford off the top of the block. Chance to win it here. Who will they go to? Guess who? Gordon puts it away. Ohio State wins. Ohio State has upset the #1 team in the country as the 16th ranked Buckeyes knock off the #1 rated Minnesota Golden Gophers.
I have not seen Ohio State's team this excited in a few years. I'll tell you what, they are jacked up. They have a ton of momentum going into this Big Ten season, and they've got the Buckeye fans here just appreciating their effort and the wonderful play that they displayed tonight.
36 kills for Stacey Gordon on the night. There are your winning Buckeyes. They win it 3 games to 1. 30-24, 30-23, 18-30, and 30-24. We'll take a break, catch our breath, and then come back and wrap this one up from Columbus, Ohio. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
Something special in the air on the best damn sports show, period. Tonight on FSN.
Welcome back to St. John Arena, everybody, where the Ohio State Buckeyes, number 16 in the country, have pulled off the upset. They beat the #1 ranked team of the country, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, 3 games to 1. Look at the stats from this one. You can see the sheer hitting numbers right there, total number of kills. The percentage pretty close, though, as Minnesota out-hits the Buckeyes, Audrey.
You know, Minnesota really came on strong, and they improved as the match went on, but it was almost, you know, it was too late. Ohio State really gained a bit of a lead there in that 4th game, and the crowd was behind them, and they just kind of rolled with it.
Ohio State outdug the Gophers, and look at the performance from the service line by the Gophers there.
I'll tell you, statistically, if you're going to score off your serve, you're at a huge advantage.
Some of the highlights, Stacey Gordon night. Stacey rips one there. Was able to provide part of that edge in serving with an ace there, and then end of the match with a big swing. And Stacey Gordon and the Ohio State Buckeyes win it 3 games to 1. Very, very entertaining match here in St. John Arena.
It was, and certainly Stacey did a fantastic job, but I really think it was Amy Stevens. She was kind of an unknown, and she did so much in the back court to help this Ohio State team win.
All right, so Ohio State is a winner 3 games to 1 as they improve to 3-0 in the Big Ten and 13-0 overall. Minnesota drops to 2-1 in conference and 13-2 on the season. For Audrey Flaw, I'm Dave Lone saying so long from Columbus, Ohio. Be sure to join us next week when we will be in Champaign, Illinois to see the Michigan State Spartans take on the Fighting Illini. Thanks to everyone for all their help on the broadcast tonight. Thanks to you for joining us. We'll see you next week. This is Big Ten Volleyball on Fox Sports Net.
The AVP Nissan Series. Every week, the game's greatest players, the circuit's hottest beaches. It's professional volleyball evolved to its highest stage. The AVP Nissan Series, Sunday on FS.
Once and for all, the greatest is about to leave his mark. It's the Poker Superstars Invitational. For the first time in history, the 8 greatest players gather to finally answer the question, who is the world's best poker player? No amateurs, no jokers, no mercy. Learn from the masters. The Poker Superstars Invitational, Sunday only on FSN.
This is the Sports List
with Summer Sanders.
the show that counts down anything
and everything
in the world of sports.
The most shocking upsets, the best sports heroes, the sexiest athletes, the biggest sports scandals, and much more. Hosted by Summer Sanders.
Every night.
Every night, the new...